Welcome to the fall garden tour. It's been a while since I've made a video, and I just wanted to walk around the garden because things are looking really nice. We had a really dry spell there at the end of summer, beginning of fall. It's over now, and everything is super green, including nice blue-green of that rue, and all sorts of other greens and beautiful colors. Fall is a great time in the garden. And I just want to say that, or admit, that having a garden like this is absolutely amazingly simple. There's no rocket science involved. There is no such thing as a green thumb. Basically, what I've done here is used manure, horse manure mostly, and wood chips to build my soil. I don't do cover crops. I don't do complicated things like trying to grow radishes and let them rot, although that's pretty simple really. I also use some spoiled hay, as you can see there, so that really helps. But it's all really simple stuff, just piling on top for years and years and years, building up the organic matter. Once you've got good soil, or a start at good soil, everything else just falls into place. So basically, my garden came about because of experimentation. Every plant you see in here is probably different, in a different place than when I first started 20 years ago. I just started putting plants in. If they didn't do well, I moved them, or I stopped growing them, and I tried new plants. And that's pretty much how this garden came about. As long as you know the basic rules, which really comes down to things like, what plants do you have to plant after the last frost date, or they'll die, they're frost tender. Things like that. It's really not much more complicated than that. I mean, I don't really worry about companion planting. If, I try things together, and if they do well, I leave them. But I don't like having to follow these complicated sets of rules, and mainly those exist to convince people, beginners, that it's really complicated and you need to buy a bunch of stuff. And it isn't. It's really simple. I feel like I'm just letting the cat out of the bag here. This is really simple stuff. Grow what you like to eat. If it does well, continue to grow it. If it doesn't do well, if it's attacked by insects or doesn't seem to like the climate, don't grow it. Or just give it a break. Wait a few years. Try growing it again. Improve your soil. Wait for the ecosystem to come into balance and try it again. We like to add a lot of decoration to the garden here, which is not necessary at all, but it makes for a nice experience. It makes it really pleasant to be out here, very calming.